Hey
And
guys.
scene. Hi,
Hello
everybody.
guys. Welcome to the live.
Welcome to the Lunch-ish show. We are back streaming. It's been good. It's been a good week. I think we did okay today. It's after 2 o'clock. We were aiming for, I think, about 12. Not
1:30.
1 o'clock. Oh,
1:30.
we were aiming for 1:30 today. So we're making improvements. So welcome to the Lunch-ish show. I'm Marie.
And I'm Lonnie.
We're part of the Eight at the Table family, Eight at the Table team, and we are about to get into it.
Yep. So guys, we saw this video online and we are it's kind of like
Depressing?
depressing.
Yeah,
It
it
was
is.
kind of like shocking a little bit just because um I'm sorry, I've been trying to, work this computer here.
You said it was shocking. That
It was
video
a
was not shocking to
it's,
me.
it's not shock, it's a little scary
It's a little
because
real.
it's real life,
Yeah.
and it's like let me pull it up, Marie, while
Let me set it up while Ani is putting the video. I mean, I think it speaks to what's going on. Look, it's the election is coming up. I think a lot of promises are going to be made. And the first thing that when I saw the video, I was thinking like, some of these politicians maybe might want to make a leverage and make some promises because like it's getting a little bit out of control.
All right, so let me play the video, and
I feel like most people are going to be able to relate to this.
yeah, I
This is real
think so.
life.
But I'm finding myself in a position now where we're making more money than we let me restart it because I feel like
Watch this video and I'll be right back.
I could have done without that.
it's just a little scary.
Now where we're making more money than we've ever made and we are literally brokest we've ever been. Brokest we've ever been. Brokest we've ever been.
But I'm making the most money I ever had my entire life. My husband and I, between the two of us, gross, make like over $80,000 a year. And if you told me a few years ago that $80,000 a year was not going to be enough for a family of four,
I make more than what I made back in 2015.
Mm.
But I am still literally living paycheck to paycheck. I have to work 60 hours a week and make $80,000 a year to make ends meet.
Mm.
That's insane. I can't even begin to wrap my head around it. Financially, I don't understand anymore. I don't understand how I make $34 an hour and I can't function. I can't function. I can't pay my bills. There's nothing in my life that I can look forward to long term. Like, I can find things that excite me or make me happy or that I'm thankful for in my day-to-day life, but there's nothing in the long run that feels worth it.
I shouldn't be struggling. We make enough money that I shouldn't be struggling.
Yeah. I mean, look, when you want to talk about, first of all, that hits, it's giving despair,
Mm-hmm.
a sense of a little bit of hopelessness, and that you're at your wits' end because you're like, wait, I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part where it's like, I'm, I did what I was supposed to do, whatever that was, right? Whether it was get a great job and build with a company after high school or go to college or do whatever. And even after that, you still cannot make ends meet.
Yeah.
Did you hear how many people are making way more money than they've ever made? But they still first I told you guys, a gallon of organic milk, and I know you're gonna be like, oh my god, yes, organic milk is $9.99. Like for real, when I said $9.99 for some organic milk,
Mm-hmm.
for some bagels, like my kids like to eat bagels for breakfast and things like that. I gotta pay $6. Like you go to the grocery stores and you're buying grocery for your family. Like let's say you have a family of five, family of four, whatever you do. You're walking out paying at least $350.
At least.
At least. For
Yeah.
some for the week. And this is nothing to be, you're not being extravagant. You're cooking at home. You're making all this stuff at home. You're doing, you know what I mean? This dream of like where you're able to splurge, I think it's getting harder and harder and harder and smaller and smaller and smaller. And I think people are struggling because they're like, yo, I don't know what to do anymore because it's like, what do you do?
I'm saying I keep saying it's hard out here.
Yeah, you do keep saying that.
I just think it's like, and someone in the comments says nothing can humble these boss chicks, right? We're in a humbling situation right now,
Look, everybody's humbled.
okay? Because it is hard. And then it's like you can no longer keep up with your lifestyle that you had before.
Right.
Imagine, how can you keep up with the Joneses? Or can
Right.
you even?
No, you can. I
It's
mean,
like,
I don't know why you was trying to get to begin because you don't know the Joneses' story. They
you
might be
know,
laundering that money.
yep.
So
Listen, so it's like, it's a lot of women out here, especially that are maybe single parents or single mothers
yeah.
and whatever. Let me tell you, it's even hard to be in a relationship right now
Mm-hmm.
because it's like you can't even take your significant other out on a date
Mm-hmm.
because you're gonna be spending $300-400, and it's like, what do you do? So I think that people need to start
You better become very creative.
be more realistic and understand that a man might not be able to take you on these dates anymore. You might be having to settle
Girl,
for like that $100
you
date.
think these girls give a damn?
They don't.
Like, and I'm not coming for the women. I'm really not because ultimately, at the end of it, it's like accountability. And if somebody wants to go broke trying to take you on a date, you know, that's their business. But um, they don't care.
I don't think they care, but I think that if you really are humble, you should be okay with going on you know what I'm saying, a
Yeah,
date somewhere. And we talked about this last week where it's like maybe your first, second date should be somewhere where you having coffee or
but like, why are you dating?
saying you shouldn't be dating if you have no money
No,
anyway.
but are you like dating for the gram? Are you dating for companionship? Are you see what I'm saying? Like, are you dating because you really want to meet someone? Because I feel like, um, in the age of social media, a lot of people do a lot of things so they can take a picture and post it.
Yeah.
It's like they can't even experience the moment. Like, you can't even experience where you're at right now because you're so in the digital world. Like you are thinking, okay, I want to go to this famous restaurant so I could take a picture in front of this famous restaurant. So you know what I'm saying? So when the girl is going on that date and he's like, I'm just taking you to this BYOB. I brought the wine that you've never heard of. And she's going to be like, what's that? No, she wants the fancy name so she could put it on the gram.
Listen, we're gonna walk by it, take your picture, and then we're gonna keep walking to the restaurant that I had originally planned. Like, come on, it's not that serious.
Oh my God. Like, I feel like a lot of people are living in an alternate reality. I saw a clip where this girl was, and then they always show the soundbite where she's like, basically, I'm a boss. She's not.
Mhm.
And she's basically saying, the last 3 dates that she's been on, she asked the man, let me have your username and password to your bank account because I need to see what you have in your bank account before this date continues. And what she says is basically like, I'm a boss, I make money, and I need to know you're on my level.
All right, so let me see your bank account.
Girl, bye.
I
She
bet you
gonna be
she.
like, the way it's connected to my savings. So it's just like, I feel like part of it is people want out of situations too,
Yeah.
right? If you're struggling and you have a whole facade, right? Um, and you have this dude, you're probably thinking maybe he might be your way out. Nobody wants to struggle.
I know nobody wants to struggle, but listen, we have to be realistic. And I think that that's what's missing right now. It's
Mm.
like we're not being realistic, even when dating.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and we talk about this here all the time. Date within your bracket. You know what I'm saying?
But what does see the problem with that is, in my opinion, right? I don't have the numbers for you, but typically successful women,
Hmm.
right? Successful women. are women who have worked for what they wanted, whatever it is. So they've reached a certain economic level. So now they're ready to date.
Yeah.
They may want to date someone who's closer to their level, maybe a little bit below, whatever, right? Many of the women, their currency, right? They don't have the economics, but their currency is their looks and their body. So for them, when you say date in your lane, that is my lane because they equate their looks
Mhm.
and their body to the equivalency of the man's
But who
money.
do you think made that? Don't you think it was the man that set that up?
A man,
It had to be a man. It's like I have money. I'm able to have
the trophy wife.
the trophy wife. So it's like
So the problem started with men.
it always starts with the man.
I'm just saying,
I'm just, I think that that's part of the issue because I think that a lot of wealthy men are willing to date a woman just because of her looks. And it's not like you don't even have a brain sometimes.
so do you think some of these men, they want the choice to be left to them? So
Yes.
when it was like, I pick you, you're my trophy wife because I chose you. Like,
Hmm.
shut up because I'm picking
Don't
you.
say a word.
Right. Now women started becoming hip to the game. They're like, oh, these girls are being picked because, you know what I mean? Some of these women are very smart. So they're like, I'm gonna use what I got to get what I
Mhm.
want. And then they started messing up the game a little bit. And then men started being like now resentful. And now they're like, I don't want to even pick you anymore.
Yeah, I don't even know what's happening. I think that.
Because I'm trying to figure it out.
Here's something, right?
Mhm.
So, do you guys think that historically women are picked for two reasons: what you could produce or your looks? Either you could produce
Produce as in
children,
children?
or if we work the farm, if you could cook, clean, and do certain things, or you're picked for your looks. Or a third one could be you're picked because your family's rich, so that's why I'm gonna end up
But
marrying
I
you.
think it depends on your class. Like what class? You know what I'm saying? What class are you from? Because if you got a strong back, but you're very wealthy, right?
Mhm.
I'm not necessarily picking you because you have a strong
Yeah.
back because you're not going to be doing laborious work. You're not. And if you're very beautiful and very dainty, but I have a farm and I got to carry 60, 70 pound loads every day, your dainty bones ain't going to do it for me. So I got to pick big back. So I think what it comes down to is what class are you coming from? And I wonder, like, how much that plays a role in terms of how you pick your partner. Like, you know what I mean? Like your class, your background, and your education and
You
understanding.
saying today?
Yeah, like I wonder how did because based on what Alan just said, right? Because it all really depends on your class. How is that impacting the way we're choosing our partners now?
I don't think it's really making a difference with where your class or what your class is.
You don't think it like it makes um a um like a difference like if you like that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these women, right?
Hmm.
Or men, but we're not gonna just say women. A lot of people aspire. They want the good life. Nobody wants to struggle, right? And so they essentially want to change their social class. A woman who comes from money, right? Because whether it's their parents, whether it's generational wealth, they're not stressing about going to some crazy dinner. Like because it's the norm for them, right? So
Hmm.
we're not talking about those women, obviously. Typically, what I see and observe is women who are fixated on money are women who don't come from money
Yeah.
or women who have seen a parent struggle. You know what I mean? Or have dealt with these things and they know what it feels like. So they're like, I don't want to struggle. I don't want to struggle paying bills. I don't want that for myself. I'm going to aspire for more. So typically, those are the women. You don't come from money.
Hmm.
So what I'm saying is, are men or people who come from money, right? It's not a huge thing for them. Why would they pick you?
Well, I
You're
think that a lot of women think it's because of their looks. And I don't think that if you are not from a wealthy family, if you're from humble beginnings, right?
Mhm, mhm.
And you decide to go out there because a lot of people are like, oh, you got to go to uh, this restaurant, or you have
To
to go
meet the right guy.
to the art exhibit or
Right.
something like that to meet the right guy, you have to have something that's going to attract that guy. And
Right.
I think that a lot of women think that it's their looks. If you don't have the looks, you're not going to attract that guy, number one.
Right. No, first of
Like,
all,
you have to have that, like,
I look, I think like the look thing is a small percentage. Like a
Mhm.
very small percentage of women who are like extremely beautiful. I think that in my opinion, a lot of women are very intelligent and very smart, and on top of it, they're beautiful.
For conniving.
Oh Lord.
I'm saying, so I'm
I didn't say
saying.
the conniving part,
I'm saying
but
we have to be honest. It's like, you know what I'm
because to
saying?
me, like on 8 at the table, the people that we've had hundreds of people come through over the years of 8 at the table since 2018, right? And a lot of women have spewed a lot of things. And of these women, right? Only a handful I actually believe what they're saying. I believe that they have the money that they say they have. And the one thing that I've noticed that they all have in common is these women are actually really smart.
Mhm.
A lot of the women that come through have said, "I get burp, back, back,
Yeah.
right?"
Capping.
And I be, and we're like, yeah, cool, 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 and none of us believe it. We know it's not true. Um, my hair. What do you want me to do?
It's hitting the mic, bro.
Sorry, the producer is telling me something.
Worry, I can't.
um, but yeah, and like the people I'm
Yes.
talking about,
Yes.
where we're like,
Well,
yo,
all right.
she's getting it.
Let's be realistic. In my opinion, and this is gonna sound cliche, so I think I know what you're saying. I think that looks are important.
Right.
If you are beautiful, you are gonna get more people attracted to you.
Right.
But if you're beautiful on the outside and you're ugly on the inside, it takes an idiot to have you. I think that beauty is really has to start from inside. But if you find a woman who's beautiful on the outside and
Mhm.
she's beautiful on the inside, she could get any man she wants. If you find a woman that's okay, but she's beautiful on the inside, it
What does
works.
beautiful Okay, when people say that, I always wanna know, what does
Beautiful on
beautiful on
the
the
inside
inside
is,
mean?
I think it's just like you're not really a selfish person. You care about people.
Yeah.
You're really looking out for somebody. If you're dating someone, it's just more than just you trying to get
What you
cash
can
out.
get.
Yeah. Because a lot of people's their beauty, people don't see it.
Right.
Right. And then when people usually see people's real beauty
Mm.
is when they fuck up. They don't fucked up somewhere along the line and they find out or they realize sometimes it's too late how beautiful somebody is that's in their life.
Mhm.
So I think beauty is important, but I think inner beauty is probably more important than outer beauty.
Mhm.
But what blocks all of this is attraction too.
Right, attraction and desire and things like that. I think it's going to kinda I don't think, people are walking around seeking the inner beauty of other people.
Mm-mm.
Like, I just don't. I think, like, we're visual, right? It's almost like, okay, you see someone, and then you're thinking like, okay, okay, right?
Yeah.
And then you speak to them, you're like, okay, okay. And then you move on to the next stage and the next stage and the next stage, and then you build attachment. But you have to get through that first barrier. And that first barrier is always the initial reaction. I'm always like, when people tell me they're like, and it was the word of the day a couple years ago, I'm a sapiosexual. And I'm just like, really? Are you? Because we had somebody come in and say that, and then I met their partner. I said, really? You're attracted to her intelligence? I mean, she can't
Oh,
string 3 sentences together.
I
Like,
remember
what are
that.
you talking about? You know what I mean? So I feel like, I think it's cool to say, yeah, like, I look towards the
I
inner.
remember
You
that.
remember that?
Yes.
Like, I was like, "Really? Come on, stop." I think it's cool to say that you're a person that you are above it, and you care for things deeper than just shallow things. But I think most of us walking around are initially going to be attracted to someone physically.
Yeah, I think so. Unless you really get to know the person, and then you're like, "Oh, you're a nice
Yeah, in
person."
those things that
You're like,
happens.
but that's unusual.
That's like a 80s movie. That don't happen.
Yeah, it doesn't happen all the time, and the people in the movie still look good.
Mhm. They just
So
took off the glasses.
yes.
Like, you'd be like, "Ooh, I didn't know you were beautiful because you was wearing glasses." And it
Mhm.
was just like, all right.
Yep. So
So, all right. What do you think is the pros and the cons from a woman having looks versus a woman not having looks? And let's not talk about it on a superficial level because we're talking about boss chicks, independent women being humbled by inflation.
Right.
I always had this curious question on eight at the table to ask: can a woman's look be inflation proof?
First of all, like, sidebar, when you be saying boss chick, right? Just being a boss, period, you're already humble.
yep.
Because there's so much on your back. If you're real when you're saying you're a boss, that means others are relying
Relying on
on
you.
you.
Yep.
It's not just about boss chick. It's not something you post. There is so many responsibilities, so many hats that you have to hold. And so, like, when we're talking about somebody who's really boss, and then having to make difficult decisions, especially in this market, promises that were made, people who believe in you, like, you already humble. So when I see people who are like, "Boss check, yeah, I started my swimwear line." Okay, like, I already know. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, like, it's cool, do it for the gram, do whatever you have to do, but real bosses know that when you're a real boss, it's a real humble thing. It's not just a facade. It's not just an inflation thing. It's a everyday thing. Sidebar. But
And looks, you're not gonna be looking cute every day because you be out here struggling,
first of
stressing out,
all,
especially when you're a real boss.
looking straight homeless.
Homeless. It's
Alan, I'm
crazy.
sorry, I forgot the question. I'm sorry. I,
Is
I got
is
caught up.
what is a
What is
beauty
it? The pros and
inflation
cons. I got
proof?
caught up in that because I'm so tired of that whole facade. Like when you're a boss, yo, you're working so much. It's not what it's cracked up to be. So if somebody tells me I don't want that, I'll be like, cool. You can understand why they don't want that because it consumes. You're working like 60, 70, 80 hours a week because it's your business. It's your dream, it's your passion. People are depending on you, right? Ultimately, it's on you. When it's on nobody else because if something messes up, things fall apart, you can't be like, "Oh, that was the bad leadership."
Mhm.
No, that's you. You're the bad leader. So I think it's like when we're talking about like boss chick, it's don't romanticize it because it's not. It's a lot of work. So if you want to work for someone, it's completely okay.
I
So
think it's
I sent you I sent you a DM, Lonnie, and I want to connect that to do you think that a lot of people are struggling because of the people they're around? So meaning that maybe you got to switch up your environment. We can't always blame inflation. We can't always blame the economy because some people do well in bad economies.
Yeah, but
So,
like
but I want the second one. I want to play that second one, and you guys tell me.
when people say they do well in poor economy, they'd be like 3% people. Meanwhile, 97% out here struggling.
You got to sing it to the next one.
oh, to the next one. Okay.
Next to a high performer, you will outperform by 15%.
Oh
So
yeah.
a high performer just in your proximity will increase your performance by 15%. If
Yeah.
you sit next to a low performer or underperformer, it will decrease your productivity by 30%. So every B player you bring on board is not just decreasing their productivity by 30%. It is that energy transfer, which is that everybody around them becomes a little bit less productive.
Go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, are
I'm
you
saying I do. I agree. If you hang out with a whole bunch of lazy people, you ain't gonna do no work
but the question is like, why are you hanging out with a whole bunch of lazy people?
because you lazy too.
So you know what I mean? I believe that you're an architect. We're all architects, right? And the world provides us the building material. So I get to build and construct the world that I want to live in,
Mhm.
right? Like if I'm having an off day, an off week, an off month, it's not because of anybody else. It really isn't. It's because that's where I'm at. I don't blame outside forces as to why things are the way they are in my life. I know I'm where I'm at because of a series of certain choices and dots that I chose to connect. So when you find people, right, who are only hanging out with like people who are just like not doing anything, it's likely because that's you really don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
You know, it's not even so much a motivation thing because I think the way motivation is a very tricky thing. You can easily be motivated in that moment, but it's about sustainability. A lot of us get motivated to do a lot of things, but we can't sustain it because motivation is almost like it's an endorphin rush that you get. Like, I'm gonna do it, I got it, right? But the next day, and the day after that, 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 to be able to get up and do it every day, it's very difficult to do. And that's why most people can't do it. And so, for me, in my opinion, I think people who really are able to sustain wanting to do certain things, whether it's inflation or not, is it's something outside of just you, right? And it's different for people. Maybe your mom had a dream or your children or whatever. Like for me, it has to be something outside of just you.
You were gonna say something, Lonnie?
No, go ahead.
So my question is this, right? So if I was single, if I was single
Mhm.
and a boss chick, like I deal with her, and I know she makes between 80 and 100,
Mhm.
and she come asking me for money, without watching that video, I wouldn't understand it.
This one,
Yeah, the first one. The one about the people crying and complaining, right?
she not asking for her money, she asking for your money.
No, but what I'm saying is like I'm gonna be looking at her like you make 80 to 100. Why you can't take care of your own shit?
So how are
'Cause I
you
make
living? Because apparently you must not understand. You must not have bills. You must not have responsibilities in your house that you don't even know what is happening because it's not just happening to the people making 180. It's happening to the people making 30, 40.
mm,
It's hard. And you might not think like you see somebody's lifestyle, you might not think like you're doing good because you're making 80,000. But somebody that's making 30, that's a regular person just making a regular living,
mhm.
they can't even afford to buy food.
Right.
You go to the grocery store, you could only spend $25 and you will not be eating good that night.
Ramen noodles.
If that, because
Mhm.
it's like it is hard. Like, so if I'm asking you for some money and you saying you make 80,000, like what are you doing? Do you have bills? Do you not see what's happening? Because
But I
everybody,
mean, she's
it's
asking for
not
your
just
money.
it's not just one person. It's like not just happening to this is
No,
happening
but
to
what I'm
people making
saying is like
200.
let's talk about what
I
the
mean,
all right, Lonnie, let's talk about what the real world looks like. You've been making 80 or 100. Some years you probably make good or a little bit more than that, right?
mhm.
And so you on the gram, you looking good, you doing your thing. So I'm assuming you're doing very well.
That's
What I'm
Instagram.
saying is like
And don't be assuming,
social media has made people's presence like everything is good.
right?
So when you come to me and be like, "Oh, I'm short. I need my rent. I need my phone. I need my this." I'm be
You
like, "Yo,
don't
no,
know
you
my
bugging."
life.
I think we have to be honest. I just saw this video the other day where the guy was saying like, "Oh, you good? I see you on Instagram."
You don't know my
And he
life.
said, "You think I'm gonna post me cooking dinner on Instagram? Me cleaning the house on Instagram? I'm gonna take a picture when I look good."
Right,
Because I hope that you cooking at your house and you cleaning, you already doing the same shit I'm doing.
right,
So why would I post that? I'm gonna take pictures, go into the places that we don't go to every day,
right.
at the park, pretending like we doing something. Like that's what people do. Why would I show you a picture of me
Suffering,
working, dealing with kids, my
stress.
regular life? We all dealing with that. Why would I want to do that and put that on you? We all got our own problems.
But at the same time, I don't know why people
Yep. It's why did it freeze on me?
why do people be looking at people's lives?
I don't understand. Like,
No, in that
like
like
I could look at a picture of you on Instagram and I'd be like, "Oh, Marie, you look